everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Broncos going up against the Bengals. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. A pickup there of 37. And it'll give the Bengals a first down. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jeremy Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
On 2nd down, Lynch. He's going to fire. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 38 yards. Now Lynch on 1st down. Screen play, Anderson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan. And Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here's the offensive unit, and we highlight a very good guy, A.J. Green.
Let's just make it simple. He's a game breaker.
The play fake to Hill. Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Jason Pierre-Paul first burst on the scene for me, headed towards his draft year. You know what I saw him?
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Chris Harris Jr. is not a name that rolls off the tongue quickly, but it should. He's one of the best cover corners in the league.
On 2nd down, Hill. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me is balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Taking a shot. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
It always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So Jeremy Hill got the call there, and he's trying to pick his yardage back up. 2 years ago, Charles, he was over 1,100. Last year, below 800.
Just never got going with any consistency throughout the 2015 season. You know his determination is sky high for this one.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Play action here with Dalton. And that is incomplete. Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and it's 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And it's second down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
10 yards still left on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Geno Atkins is an absolute force as a defensive tackle. Forces every offense that he plays against to alter their game plan.
On third down, Lynch. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals take possession. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Andy Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact and give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
They go play act under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way. That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They come out here in the eye. From midfield here, Dalton. Incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's third down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a direct snap back to Hill. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it'll be 1st down, Denver.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when your running back can catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Got a man. He finds Sanders. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Geno Atkins was back and fully healthy in 2015. And when he's like that, he is hard to move.
And a nice tackle for loss there. 17 of those last year, which was 2nd among all D tackles.
And following in the footsteps of his dad, Gene Atkins, a former NFL defensive back.
Fake to Anderson, now it's Lynch. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And that makes it 14-10. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out in the pistol. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
The play fake to Hill. Dalton. He's going to go for a big play field. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Set, blue 10, blue 10. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Dalton bootlegs out. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second. Down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch right, watch right.
Dalton off play action. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Thomas, the low receiver, left. Here's Lynch. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 15 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be good for a Denver first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go.
They go play action here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vontaze Burfict in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Lynch looking to throw on second. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
In the backfield is Anderson. They're going to give it to him running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On second down, Lynch. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Play clock winding down. Now Lynch to throw. Finding time. And this is going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Dalton with a give to Hill. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Third down now following the run. Play action here with Dalton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive. Almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. come out here in the eye. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it's good enough for a Cincinnati first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The reigning Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller, in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Second down, Dalton taking a shot here for Marshall. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games. Yeah,
he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the 4th quarter. Big game against the Patriots. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
10th carry now for Anderson. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Lynch. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. They go play action here on first down, surveying the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Brandon LaFell, 83 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be first down, Denver.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Let's go. Now, lucky 56.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Lynch looking to throw on second, eluding the pressure right. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have broken the tie. And he's able to put it through. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Dalton throwing on second down. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. It's second down. Dalton looking. And a right side completion here by LaFell. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Throws left side complete to Brandon Marshall. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Dalton. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now Lynch on first down. He goes underneath for Anderson. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. A dump off to Anderson. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They run the counter now. It's Anderson. Cuts back, left sideline. 20! It's a big play there for the Broncos. 35 yards.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Let's go.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. Third down, still 14 yards left.
Here we go. Green, throw. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back there in that Philly. Here we go.
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And McManus able to put it through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the... This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. The play fake to Hill. Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now Sanders. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, Anderson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now Lynch to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the 1st.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. This will be caught at about the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And it's up and good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. They send Green to the left on his own. It's second down. Dalton looking. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Let's go!
Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Nice production there from the former undrafted free agent C.J. Anderson.
And teams always want to bring people in with guys like C.J. Anderson. Okay, he's undrafted free agent. He's done well for us. Let's draft a guy over top of him or bring in someone else. And guess who always ends up emerging? C.J. Anderson. Every single time. Remember that big run in overtime to beat New England Patriots in 2015 season? He's something.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. They run. Anderson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Hey. 14. He's going deep. Get him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Single.
Marshall will be the lone receiver right.
Wide 20.
First and 10 for Dalton. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run it again with Anderson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Jamal Charles back from the torn ACL. He gets the call here. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Now a hit and a loose football. And now off to the races down the right side. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And that score gives them a little more separation and a bigger lead.
A little more of a comfort zone now. They can do more things defensively, maybe take a few more gambles as they try to continue to extend their lead.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's got some space here. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
They send Green to the left on his own. They go back to the air here after the INT. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
They set up the screen to Hill. That one good for 15 and a first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Dalton, 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They start the drive with Anderson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. but you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Green 39! Green 39! Black 99, Philly, here we go! Leopard!
Handoff comes to Anderson. Stays on his feet. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And that was a little tough to watch. You kept thinking he might be able to get away, then you watched him just keep going further and further backward.
Just fall down. Just fall down at some point instead of getting driven back into your own end zone. That play's definitely not salvageable. You end up costing your team points.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground. It didn't go in the other direction.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. And out of the Wildcat, it's Hill. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. And Dalton to throw. He's going to win. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.